Jey Uso forced into the Bloodline again. Jade Cargill, the smartest woman in wrestling. WWE's reported plans for Matt Riddle before his release shocking. Randy Orton to return tonight. Ria Ripley to break another record at Fastlane 2023. WWE has locked in plans for massive match at Survivor Series 2023. Rey Mysterio to be kicked out of the LWO. Unfortunate backstage update on The Rock. Let's jump right into it. Jade Cargill, the smartest woman in wrestling. Vince Russo recently stated that WWE must have Jade Cargill use her educational background as a psychologist as part of her on-screen character. Apart from being one of the most impressive athletes in the business today, Cargill also holds a master's degree in child psychology. Since her WWE signing became official, fans haven't stopped predicting what she could do in the promotion. On Sportskeeda's writing with Russo, the former WCW champion shared his views on how WWE must present Jade Cargill. Vince Russo pitched the idea of Cargill using her knowledge of psychology to get into her opponent's heads and weaken them from within. The wrestling veteran added the former TBS champion must be booked as much smarter than everybody else on the roster owing to her educational background. Here's the problem. They got to do something different with her. And I think there are a couple of really good hooks with Jade Cargill that isn't even in their wheelhouse. First of all, bro, if it's me, I'm doing one of two things to make her stand out. I'm using that master's in psychology, and I'm really gonna let her master being smarter than everybody else and getting in everybody's head and using that psychology against them. I'm really gonna master that art. Okay, and that's number one, said Vince Russo. In a recent interview, Jade Cargill spoke about declining WWE's offer in 2019 and choosing to join AEW instead. She mentioned that joining a massive organization at a young age would have been taxing, and that All Elite Wrestling helped her to become tough before she took the plunge and joined WWE. I feel like I'm walking into a new light. AEW prepared me. It prepared me to have thick and tough skin. If I would have been a part of such a machine like WWE at a younger age, I would have probably been in my head so much, but because I've worn several hats in this life, and I've already been thrown in the fire, so it's just prepared me for these moments, Jade Cargill said. Considering just how much WWE has hyped Cargill's signing, it's safe to say they have some big plans in store for her once she's prepared to get inside the ring. What do you make of Vince Russo's thoughts on how Jade must be booked? Sound it off in the comment section below. WWE's reported plans for Matt Riddle before his release shocking. Matt Riddle was released from WWE last month following a couple of events that did not favor his case. Nonetheless, WWE had some plans in store for Matt Riddle, which according to WrestleVotes, featured Riddle forming a tag team with Drew McIntyre named McRiddle. Last month, a video of Riddle's altercation with the JFK airport staff was released by TMZ, and it clearly indicated that Riddle was under the influence of alcohol. Only a few days later, following the WWE's big merger with UFC, the company released a number of stars, including Riddle. It has been speculated that Riddle's long-standing friction with Dana White further added to the list of reasons for his termination. Nonetheless, fans have aired their thoughts regarding the potential plans for Riddle. It is safe to say that they would not have been over the moon had the storyline made television. Following his WWE release, Matt Riddle posted an image on his socials featuring the words Riddle OG. While many assumed that it might be his new gimmick moving forward, the reality turned out to be a bit different. Riddle recently shared a post on his Instagram story, revealing that he is launching his very own cannabis strain titled Riddle OG. The product will be launched soon. Riddle has also started taking different bookings, but none in a wrestling capacity so far. Riddle will be holding a no-gi jiu-jitsu seminar in Florida with a $50 entry fee this Sunday. Prior to his release, Riddle was one of the hottest acts on the main roster. He had gained a lot of steam following his partnership with Randy Orton and Arquebro. However, after Orton got injured, Riddle was a bit lost without direction. Regardless, he had found his footing and was doing good on his own prior to his release. At this moment, it is unknown what is next in Riddle's wrestling career. He might go back to the independent circuit or even show up in a major promotion like All Elite Wrestling or New Japan Pro Wrestling. Where do you want to see Matt Riddle? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Randy Orton to return tonight. WWE Fastlane 2023 could have a massive surprise in store for fans as the premium live event could see Randy Orton in action. The Legend Killer has been on the shelf for over 16 months now due to a serious back injury. However, things are finally looking positive as recent reports have hinted that the Apex Predator's return could be on the cards shortly. While nothing has been confirmed yet, the Stanford-based promotion could be saving Orton's long-awaited return for the upcoming episode of SmackDown. The Viper may return to set up a blockbuster match at WWE Fastlane 2023. As you may know, John Cena will team up with LA Knight to take on Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline in a tag match on Saturday. However, much like they did with AJ Styles, a heel stable could target Knight on the go-home episode of SmackDown to isolate the Cenation leader. This could lead to the Legend Killer potentially making his blockbuster return to join forces with his former rival, John Cena. Given he has some unfinished business with the Bloodline, Orton making a comeback to help the Doctor of Thugonomics would make total sense. We are just a night's sleep away from Fastlane 2023. The premium live event will air on Saturday from Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. While the current poster boy of WWE, Roman Reigns, is not scheduled for the event, Fastlane 2023 will witness several other high-profile names in action on Saturday. Apart from John Cena and LA Knight joining forces to clash with the Bloodline, Seth Rollins will defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura in a mouth-watering last-man-standing match. Furthermore, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso will lock horns with Damian Priest and Finn Balor of the Judgment Day for the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles in another tag match. Io Sky will put her WWE Women's Championship on the line in a triple threat bout against Charlotte Flair and Asuka. Additionally, Rey Mysterio, Bobby Lashley, and Street Profits will also be in action at WWE Fastlane 2023. Do you want Randy Orton to return tonight on WWE SmackDown? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Ria Ripley to break another record at Fastlane 2023. Ria Ripley will do whatever it takes to keep the gold within the Judgment Day's ambit and take matters into her own hands as soon as someone shows signs of failure. With Fastlane 2023 around the corner, Damian Priest is not medically cleared to work in the ring. However, he is scheduled to face Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes with the undisputed tag team titles on the line. In the off chance that Priest cannot defend the title, Dominic Mysterio can step up to take his place. However, Dirty Dom already has too many enemies such as Trick Williams. To fuel their feud, Williams can use Fastlane as the opportunity to ambush Mysterio, rendering him unable to compete. To ensure the match continues, Rhea Ripley can step up and replace the Archer of Infamy in the tag team title match. This will be a new record for the Eradicator and WWE. Previously, women have been a part of tag team matches with men, but those were intergender matches. However, if the Eradicator pulls this off, she may pave a new path for the women's division in WWE. Rhea Ripley has been a game changer for the WWE women's division. Not only has she worked in high-profile matches, but she has captivated the audience through each segment promo. During the post-event press conference, the game spoke about the Eradicator's growth and how amazed he is with her achievements. She's getting to that level where she sells different, she works different, she looks different, her facials are different. Everything that she does is now clicking and it never gaps. Her growth has been unbelievable. Every time I think, wow, she's really peaking now, I find myself 6 months later going, holy, she hasn't hit the surface yet. It's amazing. She's awesome, AAA said. The Eradicator is currently the women's world champion. However, she is not scheduled for a match at Fastlane 2023. Do you think Rhea Ripley would make history by competing in an all-male tag team match? Sound off in the comments section below. WWE has locked in plans for massive match at Survivor Series 2023. WWE Survivor Series has always been one of the biggest premium live events in the history of the Stanford-based promotion. A recent report states that WWE has locked in the plans for a massive gimmick match at the event. The event will take place on Saturday, November 25, 2023 at the Allstate Arena in Roseman, Illinois. Fans can expect to see some big matches at the show. Raw and SmackDown superstars usually go head-to-head at Survivor Series PLEs. Last year, fans saw NXT's War Games structure make its way to the event for a couple of huge matches. This effectively ended the brand wars at the premium live events as superstars from both brands competed in separate matches. War Games, the match type made popular by NXT, was also a big hit among fans. Team Belair defeated Team Damage Control in a War Games match to kick off the night. The main event saw the Bloodline overcome the Brawling Brutes after an epic encounter. A recent report states that the company will be bringing in the double cage structure for this year's event. That is not all, as the company has also decided who will be a part of the match inside War Game. The plan seems to be locked down, and the superstars involved will continue to build their rivalries in the upcoming weeks. It will be interesting to see which WWE stars will be a part of the men's and women's War Games matches from Raw and SmackDown this year. The Judgment Day has been a premier faction in WWE for well over a year. While the Bloodline has lost a lot of heat and a few members in recent months, the Judgment Day has only gotten stronger. Their dominance over Raw could see them participate in the Survivor Series War Games match this year. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio are the three male members of the faction who are already holding championship. Shiggy McDonough could likely join them inside the steel structure. Bobby Lashley's new faction could be the answer, as the group is slowly gaining momentum on the SmackDown brand. The Almighty and the Street Profits could find another member to challenge the Latino World Order at the upcoming WWE event. It would be the perfect way to put an end to their rivalry at Survivor Series 2023. Who do you want to see compete inside War Games this year? Sound off in the comments section below. Rey Mysterio to be kicked out of the LWO. Rey Mysterio will team up with two of his buddies from the Latino World Order to take on Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits at Fastlane. As Mysterio might turn to his new family for support at the PLE, that very family might end up stabbing him in the back. Recently, Mysterio went down to NXT when upcoming superstar Dragon Lee was in matches with Dominic Mysterio. During his time, the master of the 619 called Lee the future of Lucha Libre. As Rey has blind faith in the NXT star as a person and performer, this could be the point that takes him out of the LWO. Last week on on SmackDown, we saw Dragon Lee in the crowd watching the show. He could also be a guest at WWE Fastlane to watch the Latino stable take on Lashley and the Street Profits. If LWO loses to the Street Profits, that could be the perfect opportunity to strike and remove Mysterio from the group. Santos Escobar's spotlight also got a bit stolen since Rey Mysterio replaced him in the United States Championship match. Zelina Vega and the others in the group have also been sidelined. This could be the major motivation for them to turn on Mysterio and bring in Dragon Lee. Rey Mysterio is currently 48 years old. It is difficult to believe so. However, just like every other current-day veteran, Mysterio is now looking at things to do once he is done with WWE. While speaking to Kevin Hart on Cold as B, the WWE Hall of Famer was asked about his post-retirement plans. Rey Mysterio claimed he will spend time with his wife as he owes her for the many sacrifices she has made for him. "I think more than anything is to give some time back to my wife," Rey replied. "She has put her career on the line and her time to raise 2 kids to support me, to let me pursue my dream to wrestle. My lifetime, I just want to be able to enjoy and share it with her." Mysterio's wife, Angie, sacrificed her promising medical career to support her husband and family. She also helped Rey Mysterio financially when he could not provide at the time. Angie deserves equal credit for her husband's success because she helped to become who he is today. Unfortunate backstage update on The Rock. It was recently rumored that The Rock might appear at WrestleMania 40 to face Roman Reigns. However, that might not be the case after all. The Great One and the Tribal Chief were supposed to cross paths at WrestleMania 39, but the idea was scrapped due to a sudden change in plans. Apart from that, both have had major victories throughout their careers and have been the pillars of professional wrestling. While Rock was the most popular superstar during his time in the business, Reigns also didn't leave any stone unturned to cement that position for himself. According to a recent report from Ringside News, it has been confirmed that it would require the Great One to cancel many plans if his match with Roman Reigns takes place at the upcoming WrestleMania 40, which won't happen. The Rock is always going to want rumors out there about him, so that it appears as though there's all this desire for him to headline, which he thinks increases his value. The Rock will have to screw over a lot of people and a lot of plans for that to happen. WWE superstar John Cena recently opened up about apologizing to The Rock in person. While speaking on WWE's The Bump, the Senation leader spoke about his unprofessional behavior toward the Great One during their feud back in the day. "In between the times we spent with one another, have openly come to a realization that the first foray into us competing against each other probably was a professional mistake on my part. I've been very apologetic and open with my apology. The way I conducted business was in the realm of trying to do good business," said Cena. Cena further added that following his apology to the Great One, he realized that the latter is a generous being. "We did great business, and it was really nice to see a friend. He's actually very generous with his time. We actually conversed a little bit. That was the first time we've seen each other since publicly apologizing for that, and I just want to make sure he heard it from me face to face as well. It was really nice to see a friend. It would be exciting to see if The Rock defies the odds and cancels his prior work commitments to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. What are your thoughts on the same? Sound off in the comments section below. Jey Uso forced into the Bloodline again. Jey Uso has had quite the trajectory in WWE. He spent well over a decade in a tag team with his twin brother, Jimmy Uso. As a tandem, the Usos became arguably the greatest tag team in the promotion's illustrious history. The tag team had a heartbreaking split, however, in part thanks to the Bloodline and Roman Reigns. This led to Jey quitting SmackDown, but he thankfully returned as part of the Monday Night Raw roster. Upon joining the Red Brand, the Judgment Day immediately attempted to recruit main event Jey Uso. The Fiendish faction's offer was denied, but there is still a chance he could wind up uniting with them, even if for one big match. Jey may join or unite with the stable if they battle against the Bloodline at Survivor Series. This could even potentially happen as soon as Fastlane wraps up. The Judgment Day and the Bloodline are the most dominant stables in all of pro wrestling. The WWE groups have a tense alliance of sorts, but they have taken occasional shots toward each other, which could indicate that the peace treaty of sorts could explode at any time. If the Judgment Day and the Bloodline wage war, potentially at Survivor Series in a big-time War Games match, Jey may agree to join the Raw stable to put his family down once and for all. The Judgment Day did say the offer to join was open-ended, so Jey could always change his mind and conceivably be welcomed back with open arms. WWE has 2 premium live events before the Survivor Series premium live event, so there's a lot that could go down before a potential bout between the two supergroups. Crown Jewel is the last stop before the Survivor Series, but the upcoming premium live event is Fastlane. The Bloodline is set for a massive match at the show. While Roman Reigns remains absent from television, Jimmy Uso has seemingly attempted to make himself the next tribal chief. Despite some animosity without the group, he appears to be rolling with the faction full-time. This helped lead to the big bout. Solo Sikoa and Jimmy will need to be on the same page for the Fastlane show, as the brothers will battle the dream team of LA Knight and John Cena. While the Megastar and the Senation leader have no history as a tag team, their own individual success could mean they will be too much for the Samoan brothers. Fastlane 2023 will stream on both WWE Network and Peacock tomorrow night. The show begins at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In addition to the aforementioned bout, the likes of Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Seth Rollins will also be in action. Do you think Jey Uso would would join the Judgment Day further down the line to battle against his family? Sound off in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm